Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to 8th Standard Social Science class. I hope you all are fine and safe by God's grace. Today, we start with History, Unit 6 Development of Industries in India, Part 2. In previous class, I explained you about the traditional crafts of India and the causes for the decline of Indian industries. Let us start with the continuation of this lesson. The learning objectives of this lesson are to understand the beginning of modern industries, to know the aim of 5-year plans, and to understand the phases of industrial development in India. Children, let us know about the beginning of modern industries. The beginning of modern industries is associated with the development in mainly plantations like jute, cotton, and also steel. There was a limited development of mining, especially coal. The accelerated industrialization began with the development of railways and roadways. This growth greatly influenced the economic and social life of the people in the country. The two world wars gave an impetus to the development of the number of industries such as chemical, iron and steel, sugar, cement, glass, and other consumer goods. Most mills were set up by wealthy Indian businessmen. Initially, this development was confined to the setting up of the cotton and jute textile mills. Now we will see the plantation industries. The plantation industry was the first to attract the Europeans. The plantation industry could provide jobs for on a large scale, and in reality, it could meet the increasing demands for tea, coffee, and indigo by the British society. Indigo means very dark blue in color. Therefore, plantation industry was started early on. The Assam Tea Company was founded in 1839. Coffee plantation also started simultaneously. The third important plantation which gave birth to factory was jute. All these industries were controlled by the many former employees of the British East India Company. Children, next we will see machine-based industries. In India, modern industrial sector in an organized form started with the establishment of cotton textile industry in Bombay in 1854. In 1855, jute was started in Hooghly Valley at Ristra near Calcutta. The first paper mill was started in Baliganj near Calcutta in 1870. The cotton mills were dominated by Indian enterprises and the jute mills were owned by the British capitalists. Next, we will see heavy industries. The heavy industries included the iron and steel industry. Steel was the first manufactured by modern methods at Kulti in 1874. Iron and steel industries began rooted in the Indian soil in the beginning of 20th century. The Tata Iron and Steel Company were set up in 1907 at Jamshedpur. It started producing pig iron in 1911 and steel ingots in 1912. Children, let us know about the growth of modern industries. The length of railways increased from 2,573 kilometers in 1861 to 55,773 kilometers in 1914. Opening of Suez Canal also shortened the distance between Europe and India by about 4,830 kilometers. It reduced distance facilitated further industrialization of India. As a result of Swadeshi movement, the cotton mills increased from 194 to 273 and the jute mills 36 to 64. Foreign capitalists were attracted to Indian industry as it held the prospect of high profit. Labor was extremely cheap. Raw materials were cheaply available. India and its neighbors provide a ready market. Children, next one is CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. The Confederation of Indian Industry is a business association in India. CII is a non-government, not-for-profit, industry-led and industry-managed organization. It was founded in 1985. It has over 9,000 members from the private as well as public sectors, including small and medium enterprises and multinational corporations. Children, now we will see the industrial growth in India. To realize the dream of development of industries, Indian government adopted certain industrial policies and five-year plans. One of the most important innovation in the industrial field after independence has been the introduction of five-year plans and the direct participation in industry by the government as expressed in the Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948. As per the Industrial Policy Resolution 1956, industries were classified into three categories. Schedule A, only the government can handle these industries. Some of these industries are atomic energy, electrical, iron and steel and others. Schedule B, these comprise road and sea transportation, machine tools, aluminium, chemical, chemicals including plastics and fertilizers, ferroalloys and certain types of mining. Schedule C. Under this category, the remaining industries are left to the private sector. Children, now let us know about the phases of industrial development in India. First is industrial development during 1950s to 1965. During this phase, a majority of consumer goods were produced in India. The first three five-year plans were very important because their aim was to build a strong industrial base in independent India. As a result, this phase witnessed a strong acceleration in the growth of production. Next is industrial development during 1965 to 1980. As the first three five-year plans mostly focused on the development of capital goods sector, the consumer goods sector was neglected. The consumer goods sector is the backbone of rural economy. As the result, there was a fall in the growth rate of industrial production. So this period is marked as a period of structural retrogression. Next we will see industrial development during 1980s till 1991. The period of the 1980s can be considered as the period of the industry recovery. This period witnessed quite a healthy industrial growth. Next is industrial development post 1991 reforms. The year of 1991 ushered a new era of the economic liberalization. India took major decisions to improve the performance of the industrial sector. The 10th and 11th five-year plans witnessed a high growth rate of industrial production, the abolition of industrial licensing, dismantling of price control, dilution of reservation of small-scale industries, and virtual abolition of monopoly law enabled Indian industry to flourish. The new policy welcomes foreign investment. Children, this map shows the various places of industries in India. Next we will see modernization. India has now a large variety of industries producing goods of varied nature, which shows a high degree of modernization. Some modern industries have really grown and they are competing effectively with the outside world. This has reduced our dependence greatly on foreign experts and technologists. On the contrary, India is exporting trained personnel to relatively less developed countries. Along with three sector model of primary, secondary and tertiary industries, a fourth sector, information related industries, has emerged. The knowledge economy depicts the automation of labor intensive manufacturing and service activities as well as growth in new service industries such as healthcare, distance education, software production and multimedia entertainment. Next we will see self-reliance. Another positive aspect of industrial growth is the attainment of the goal of self-reliance. We have achieved self-reliance in machinery, plants and other equipments. Today, the bulk of the equipment required for industrial and infrastructural development is produced within the country. The Indian road network has become one of the largest in the world. Government efforts led to the expansion of the network of the national highways, state highways and major district road, which in turn has directly contributed to industrial growth. After almost 7 decades of independence, India has emerged as the third largest producer of electricity in Asia. Dear children, I conclude this lesson by saying that industrialization is an important component of economic growth. India's industrial expansion over the plan period presents a mixed picture. Compared to the pre-independence level, industrial growth during the 5-year plan period is phenomenal. So children, I hope you have understood this lesson. We will learn more interesting topics in our next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.